Friends, can I invite you to put your palms together? Let us bow 3 times. First bow with gratitude. Second bow with respect. And third bow with lots of love.
We breathe. We wish the best for all beings. The Dhamma is no magic. Cause and effect, cause and effect. That's why I love it so much. And let's project the next question. The question goes like this. I have an aversion towards a close one whom I used to love unconditionally, because they have been bringing me so much troubles and anxieties. That's why the aversion became. Sometimes I want to leave them and never deal with them again. I feel guilty at the thought of that, not to mention that I still love them deep down. How should I get rid of my aversion? The first we will do as a Dhamma family, to the person who asked this question, we understand, I understand, and I accompany you. All of us have been in similar situations, or even might be in a situation similar right now. And some of the good news is that, as everything, it always passes. The storm never stays forever. So we are together. I understand. Personally, I have been in a situation, similar situation like that. And I will share the things that have worked. Only things that worked, not just theory. Many of the things that are coming are based on what already worked in my own experience. And we also bring some of the advice of the Buddha directly from him. Imagine that we had him and then we say, oh, Venerable Sir, can I ask how to deal with my aversion? We have in the scriptures, we have the answer from him directly. So we will get to it. But let's start first, relaxing. We are together as a family. Raise your hand. Who has had a similar situation like that? Raise your hand. Let me see. Whoa, everybody. Almost everybody. So that already eases the thing. We can bring a little bit of space and air. I am not the only one. We all have faced something like that, either because of family relations, sometimes husband and wife relations, sometimes work relations, etc., etc. So let's bring some space. And I will say something that will be very useful. It's a saying that you will, I'm sure you know it. It's a very famous saying in English that says, divide and conquer. This is the key. When we are thinking about a situation, it is like a tangle. Everything is together, so we cannot see. Already in the question we will go through, there are many mental ingredients, not just aversion. Aversion is the loudest. Aversion is the screamer of all of them. But actually, there are many on the background who are making the situation complex and difficult. That's why doubt arises, etc. So divide and conquer. Aversion is the loudest. That's why it's the one we hear the most, but there are many others talking in slow, small voice that are also making trouble, and we will go to all of them. Okay, take note because here we go. So let's take a look at the situation. We have passed through it, and as we can see on the question, it might have gone like this. First, there was friendship or a nice relation, confidence, and love, right? Then that situation changed, which is part of nature. We don't fight that. Yes, the Buddha said, anicca, everything changed. Because of that change, the trust was breached. And this is very important. The trust between these three in this relation was harmed or scratched. Because of that trust was broken, it is that aversion came up. We get angry. How come? We feel indignant. It is not fair. After this, the trust I had, then this happens. Then is where the aversion comes in, but actually aversion was not the first one. Then when the aversion is there, what is next? If we don't take care of the mind, if we don't have sufficient tools, guilt and remorse. Oh, how come I am angry to something that actually I love? I have had many good things also shared with that person. So then aversion calls to guilt and remorse. And then we put, as it is on the question, love. That brings a lot of confusion. Oh, wait. How can I hate, or how can I dislike somebody that I love? Then the mind, the next ingredient is confusion and doubt. And then when confusion and doubt comes in, it's like if we throw a blanket on top of the situation, it blurs everything and makes confused. And here is where the problem arises. So it is a combination of all of these unwholesome mental ingredients which make the problem. So we need to divide and conquer, acknowledge all of them and accept all of them as they are. Even if they're unpleasant, we accept now they're happening. So we maturely said, yes, anger is happening, hurt is happening, love is happening, doubt is happening. We need to acknowledge, don't deny any of them. And the next step I would recommend is have a little bit or a lot of compassion towards oneself. Yes, now I'm suffering. Because of this confusion and tangle, now I'm suffering. Can I be compassionate to myself? May I be free from suffering. I am with me. The first ally we need in a difficult situation is ourselves. Before we look for somebody else, which it is totally open and we can do and will do, first, I am with me and I love me. I'm taking care of me. And sometimes I speak to myself, yes, my dear, I am here. You can trust me. I will not step back. So that is the first friend that we need to keep in. Now things are like this, but it will also change. So don't worry, it's okay, I tell to myself, and that helps a lot. And that is true. And that's true. Even bad change, good and bad change, both of them. Okay, so now let's go to each of these. That was just the menu. Let's go to each of these ingredients and see what tools we do have for each. The first one is the breach of trust. And from that one is where sadness arises. I didn't mention, but when somebody breaches our trust, we feel deeply sad. And this is the part that hurts. Confusion doesn't hurt. Love doesn't hurt. The hurt, the pain arises from that breach of trust, because as we know, trust is the most important asset in any relation. When that is broken, wow, everything changes, often not for the good. So we need to be kind towards ourselves. And I like very much in Chinese, when they say careful, they use the word xiaoxin, isn't it? Small heart, or xiu sam, they say small heart. So I like to think of myself like, yes, now I'm hurt. I will be xiaoxining myself. I will be xiu samming myself. I will hold my heart dearly as a precious thing, as a small thing. So I will be kind to myself. And at the same time, firm, because I don't want this sadness to take root. Careful here, my dear family, careful. We are kind, but firm. We don't want, if sadness takes root, it makes a lot of problem. So the good news is that from all the mental ingredients that I just described, the easiest to let go is actually sadness. Why? Because sadness is weak. Anger is very difficult to let go. Why? Because anger is very powerful. When it grips very strongly. So I want to take it out. Oh, it comes back again, But sadness is weak. And that is the good thing about it. We can shake it up. So next time, for everybody, my dear family, good tip that it works very well for me. Next time you feel sad, shake it up. Thank you. I hold you dear, but don't stay there. We can get... I have a friend says something that I really love. And write it. It's very useful. He tells, yes, I tell you better as your friend. Yes, you can get sad, but just the half. Pick one half, either the right side of you or the left side of you. Yeah, get sad, but just the half. And the other half, always keep it with the head up. Always keep it hopeful and don't let the sadness take root. It makes trouble. Don't cuddle ourselves. If we go too much, then we fall down, huh? So just be kind, but don't ourselves. No, up. Sad but walking. Sad but walking. Yes, okay. Next mental ingredient, aversion, the one who triggered the question. And this is the most sticky one. Why? Because it's the screamer of all of them. It's the loudest. It's the one that grips the strongest. So why did aversion arise in this kind of situation? Because of disappointment. We are disappointed that that relation happened in this way. Because there is a sense of injustice. Maybe if the person did not behave properly, maybe was not saying good words or good actions, we feel injustice. And yes, sometimes people get angry. We get angry because of it. But it is not something that we must understand, is that aversion and anger is fueled by identification with me, I, me, mine, self-righteousness. Don't we see, am I not right to get angry because she or he told me this and that? Isn't it good for me to get angry? We won't go to other people. We want to be right, and the ego is on, and that now we have another problem. We had anger, hurt, and sadness, and now we have ego. Oh my goodness, this is what makes the big problem. So okay, let's see what we can do for ego. This identification, how to do. The Buddha and the teachers here, Bhante Arija, is something that I have heard him recommending to somebody. When we get angry next time, okay, can I get angry with the hair of that person? Well, the hair didn't do me nothing. Can I get angry with the nails of that person? Well, the nails didn't do anything. Can I get angry with the liver or with the stomach or with the lungs or heart of that person? Well, not really. So I cannot get angry with the mental ingredients as well. That's just cause and effect arising and passing away. So in that time, in that moment, we can bring the 5 khandhas, rupa of that person. Am I angry with it? Am I angry with the perception of that person? Well, no, perception just arises and passes away. With the sensations of that person, mental sensations. Well, no, how can we? So we decompose the things, separate things, and then we realize that there is no need to get angry with a natural process. Next step with anger, my dear family, please, let's make ourselves a favor when next time we are angry, and don't follow the stories. This is an instruction directly from Sayadaw Tejaniya. And I have heard Bhante Agachita also mentioning, do not follow the stories. Stop it in the best of our ability. And if we cannot stop the story, change object. When we feel angry, go outside, take a walk, take a bath, change the mind, because the more the mind is rolling, the more the anger will grow. So don't scratch the wound. Nature, when we get cut, the only thing we need is to keep the wound clean. That's the only thing we need to do, isn't it? Nature by itself heals it and even closes it, and then we forget that we cut in the past. We even forget. Well, the same happens with the wounds of the heart. The same happens with the wounds of the mind. Just keep it clean. That is the only thing we need to do, and let's be patient. Nature will do its job, as we already have proven, isn't it? How many cuts we have had in the heart before, and we already forgot. Very important. Let's accept the situation. The situation happened. It might not have been right. That doesn't mean that we say that it is right. No, but it happened. Samsara, the world, is like this. And that helps me a lot. Yes, I accept that it happened. Samsara is like this. As long as human beings have defilements in their mind, this and worst can happen. That's why there is war in the world. That's why there are horrible things happening in the world. We accept how the world is and move forward. Now, going towards the words of the Buddha, Even in the Dhammapada, there are a few verses that I would recommend. The verse number 3, number 4 and 5, already the Buddha is giving the right instructions what to do with anger. So the third Dhammapada verse, as we all know, I'm sure many of you memorized it. It says, he abused me, he struck me, he overpowered me and robbed me. For those who harbor such thoughts, the hatred never gets still. And then the number 4 says the opposite. For those who do not have this kind of thought, he or she abused me, struck me, robbed me. As long as we keep these thoughts, anger will never come down. And then the number 5, which is a hymn for humanity. And the Buddha said, in this world, hatred is never appeased by hatred, but only by non-hatred alone is hatred appeased. This is an eternal law. Only the opposite of hatred can overcome hatred. So that is the Dhammapada. I don't have the reference, but you can find it very easily. Verses 3, 4, and 5. Go, take your time, contemplate on them, and make the next question. How can I bring this to life? How can I do this in my life, in this situation I am now? We take a little pause. More wisdom directly from the Buddha is coming. The next sutta is in Anguttara Nikaya 161, and it is directly removing resentment. That's the title of the sutta. If somebody can help us to put in the chat, yeah, it's on the chat. Thank you so much. The reference and the link, so you can read it in full, is on the chat. But I will go just to the instructions that the Buddha gave. If we are angry towards somebody, the Buddha gave 5 things to do. The first thing, we try to send good wishes to that person. There is no ill will here. May you be safe, may you be healthy, may you be well. Not maybe together, but may you be well. Here in our heart, there is no bad intention. If that doesn't work, then we develop compassion. Same as me, that person is in samsara. He or she suffers, same as me. And even by doing these unwholesome actions of hurting somebody else, it is planting the seeds of that will bring that person not very good fruits. So we experience compassion wholeheartedly, as much as we can. If that doesn't work, then we go to equanimity. Okay, I accept. I cannot send love or compassion. It's fine. Now I cannot. That doesn't mean that I can't later on. Now I keep the mind at peace. If equanimity doesn't work, then we disregard the person and the story, and we pay no attention to both of them, either the story or the resentment or the person. We just disregard it. Imagine the Buddha is saying, just don't think about it. If it is overpowering it, change object. Think of somebody else, do something wholesome, read, take a walk, whatever, to let the anger subside. And also, the last instruction that the Buddha gave is apply the idea or the wisdom that we individually are owners of our actions, of our karma. So that person will reap the fruits that he or she is planting, and me, I will also. I am owner, heir, born, related, and supported by my karma, by my actions. So those are the 5 instructions that the Buddha gave on that sutta. And there is another sutta which also deals with how to remove distracting thoughts. In this case, all kinds of unwholesome thoughts, desire, anger, and all of them. It is you can find it in the Majjhima Nikaya, number 20. And also we will have, the link is on the chat, so take a note. And here are the instructions that the Buddha gave. If unwholesomeness arises in our mind, we give attention to some other object connected with wholesomeness. That's what I just mentioned right now. We change our mind to wholesomeness. Practice generosity, read some Dhamma, speak to a noble friend. Another thing that the Buddha described, and is very, very sharp, very important, is remember that this anger that we are having now is very dangerous. because we are planting unwholesome seeds that will bring unwholesome fruits. So no. I don't want more. I don't want it to be. I don't want worse than now it is now. Thank you. So when anger comes, we kind of put stand. No, my dear. No. Thank you very much for your suggestions, but bye. See you. No, thank you, because you are dangerous. The next instruction, don't give attention and forget. Still the thoughts and formations that arise from those thoughts, meaning contemplate, take it easy, meditate, calm down. And if that doesn't work, clench your teeth. The Buddha said, clench your teeth and tongue. I mean, don't bite your tongue. Like this, clench your teeth and tongue to get against the palate, press the palate, and beat down, constrain, and crush mind with mind. Imagine this, the instruction that the Buddha gave. I have to be honest. I think I only twice in my life I've tried it. And yes, it gives something to the mind. But hopefully we become so skillful that with the previous methods, we can go through. Okay. There is another sutta which I will not go. We would just give you the reference in the chat. You go because it gives another ways to overcome anger. Is in Anguttara Nikaya 162. Also resentment, removing of resentment. You go by yourself. We won't have time today. We pause for a little bit. Directly from the Buddha, my dear family. Imagine how lucky we are. We might say, oh, the Buddha is not here, but that's what he said. The Dhamma will be your teacher. And the Dhamma is still alive. We are hearing him. It's like asking himself. That will be with this same question. He will say this. Imagine the luck, fortune. Let's go to the next ingredient. And one thought that helps me a lot is that we can always keep a healthy distance and generate space with that situation, person, or negativity. If possible, take it. Take it for yourself. And then we go for the next ingredient, which is guilt and remorse. Guilt, actually, in the explanations found in the Abhidhamma, is from the family of aversion as well. It's also dosa family. Why? When guilt and remorse arises, I am angry with myself. How could I? How can I do this? And guilt arises for two reasons, only two reasons. Imagine. For having done bad, or having had the opportunity of doing good and we didn't did it. So only because of these two, check. Whatever brings you guilt is because of these two things. So simple. So we need to. It is never helpful for the situation. We already hurting and angry and doubtful or etc. We don't need guilt, so take it away immediately. No need to be guilty about it. Recognize the thought and let them go. My dear family, there is one phrase that guilt loves to use, and it's, I should have not. So. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. So it is not what we did, it is the should that makes a problem. So don't be shooting. I should have done this. I should be doing that. So next time, my dear family, there's something that works very good. Listen to the mind, because the mind speaks when it's thinking. Whenever the mind is saying the I should, sound the alarm and stop the thoughts, because those are just bringing you down. Stop the shooting. Stop the shooting, please. That's the way guilt shows himself. You want to have no guilt? You want one more? This is a good one. You want to be free from guilt? Increase your sila. We don't kill, we don't steal, we don't harm, we don't intoxicate. Why should I feel guilt? I don't owe nothing to nobody. And actually, I help others. So why should I stand up? Don't believe the guilt. Let it go. It will not help the situation. The best mental stability comes from our morality, and you know what to do. We know what to do. 5, 8, 10, or 227 precepts, whichever we choose, make them finer, refine them. And guilt, bye-bye. Remorse, bye-bye. This is the gift of sila. Now, next ingredient on the situation. Of course, I am angry with somebody that I love. That brings a lot of confusion and doubt, and I feel guilty. The mind becomes. So what we need to do is to accept the situation, as I mentioned before. Divide and conquer, as we are doing. Whenever the mind is confused, ask yourself, what ingredient is active? Is it sadness? Is it anger? And now we are seeing how to deal with each of them. When we go to the doctor, sometimes he gives us 2 kinds of pills, but we say, doctor, but why you give me 2 pills? If I am only sick, I have headache. Why you give me a pill for the stomach? And then the doctor says, well, actually, if that is to prevent that the first pill gives you acidity. And then in the same way for the mind, there are specific pills to deal with each mental ingredient. So we need to divide and attend to them differently. That's why the confusion comes, because everything is a tangle. We need to separate. And another thing that will help us, my dear family, when in situations that are difficult, keep close to noble friendships. Either our family, people who is wise, or go ask the monks, your teacher, or whoever. Stay close to the Dhamma. That will clear out the confusion. That's one of the best things we can do. Check what you read. Check if you are confused and hurting, don't go and see sad movies more. It will make you more sad. Or listen to sad music. Some people say it's good because we know that other people suffer. But take care of the diet that you have. Next ingredient, and this, I have good news. Do you want to hear good news? Now has been a little bit dark. Good news, everybody. Would like some good news? Okay. Here we come to something that we need to rescue. Even in this mess that I have been, sorry for the person who asked the question. I'm talking about myself. In that mess, when I've been or I am in that kind of situation, there is beauty. There is love. So, like when a house is burning, we rescue what is valuable and go out and let go of the things that got burned, isn't it? So that's what we do in this situation. Rescue love. Other things got burned. Yes, the world is like this, but we rescue our goodness. We recognize that even in this situation, love flame is there, so there is hope. Also, we know that there is no bad intention, and then we start using it sincerely for the other person. Out of respect to the good things we shared in the past, and the love I still have, may you be well. Even though I don't understand, even though I feel angry right now, but it will subside. We keep our goodness up. There is no bad intention. We wish the best for the other party. Now, something caution, 修三, 小心, something important here with love. Keep it for yourself. You need it the most right now, love for oneself. Because if we start bringing love and thinking, oh, how nice it was when we were together, and now you are separated from the person, in case it was a romantic relation, husband, wife, or something, and you start thinking about the love you have, oh, be careful, my dear family. We will start longing and generating expectations. Oh, maybe he or she wants to come back, and then the mind starts now. So be careful. Keep the love pure. Don't go into expectations. Keep it for you. You need it now. Be careful with longing, otherwise the love can get polluted. Be very careful. And lastly, rejoice in our nobility. Even in this difficult situation, I still love. And I'm telling you, I have been in situations like this, and that we need to rescue and be happier, proud about it. There is hope. Now, I don't know if the person who asked is a relation that is a couple relation. It might be, or if somebody, I would recommend is something that is not Buddhist, but is a psychotherapist who works specifically when relations break apart. So his name is Winch, and you can find a TED talk of him, and I would recommend you take a look, especially if the breakage was something related to a couple relation. Take a look. In the past, I had something like that happen. So it was very helpful. So just as a side note, this is on the chat, his name, and it's a TED Talk. I think the TED Talk is called How to Heal a Broken Heart or something like this. I mean, I take responsibility for this. It is not Buddhist or something, but it might be helpful in a situation like that. Now let's bring something from our teachers. Sayadaw Tejaniya said, and write this one. This is a beautiful one. And Sayadaw Tejaniya one time said, if you really love yourself, don't let your mind suffer. Wow, my dear family, that one has accompanied me for years, and it's so true and important. If you really love yourself, don't let your mind suffer. I just put it in the chat. Keep it close. Rescue ourselves. And lastly, to be closing this question, recognize your needs, my dear family, and start looking for places. What do you need? Company. You need friendship. You need support. Well, we can get it not just from that person. We can get it from our friends, family. So recognize your need. Please write the needs. What needs do I have in relation to that relation? Company, support, whatever it is. Where can I find it now? And you will see that you can find it in your family, with good friends, with the Sangha, with the Dhamma. Well, I'm sure it is always possible. So diversify. Before it was only one person or that person. We think that that person fulfill all our needs and all our dreams and everything from now until forever. But if that changed, diversify. Now you will have more friends, more family, and each of the people will fulfill this need. For example, humor. We all have a friend that knows very good jokes. You need support. Here is our family. You need love. Well, you can have it even with a pet. So recognize the need and fulfill it in the new situation, in the new circumstances. Also be accompanied. If right now is the storm, don't be alone. Stay close to friends and family and choose well. One or two or three of the best. Keep them close, because often not everybody can hold our emotions often. Keep very good people that you know that can accept you, even if you are crying, even if you are angry. Choose well, so you don't hurt another relation if they can't hold it. So be careful. And I can tell you, really, people who we have made close is between 2 and 3, or 4. So keep the good people around, stay with your family, and keep your community is essential. And mourn as you need, but do it while walking. This is very important. Don't stay in the floor. Yes, life gave us a hit, a blow, and we fell to the floor. Stand up as soon as possible. Mourn as long as you need, but keep walking. And lastly, patience. I cannot stress enough. It will. I was thinking, should I say it might? No, it will take longer than what you would like it to take. That what you like it to be, it will be longer. So patience. Whatever you think, a lot of patience, multiply it by 5, and that will be about it. So compassion and wisdom, and also remember that everything changes. Anicca, anicca, anicca. So that's about that question, and I want to simplify. This might have been a lot of information. Is recorded. You will take a pause later if you need something. But I want to summarize in 3 words, simple, the whole thing in 3 words. Accept, release, forward. That's it. Whenever we are in the storm, acceptance, release, and forward. Don't stay there. Simple. Accept, release, forward. Acceptance is wisdom. Release is detachment, gratitude to that person, and love. We're releasing. Forward, we take the goodness, also love. Stand up. And also, my dear family, for whomever made this question, please know that I am here. And look at the screen, all of our family. Aren't we? Everybody, raise the hand, the one that says, yes, count with me. I am here. Look at the hands, everybody here. So we have all our family, we are together. Gambare, 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 and we go up. Yeah, it will change. We move on. Life is like this. Good. Okay. Thank you, everybody. That was a lot of information. So let's pause for a little bit. That was a big one. I really wish well-being and skillfulness. As you can see, situations are more complex than what we think. Divide and conquer. We heal one piece at a time. We pause for a little while.